Exhale. Inhale and exhale. Notice the ground beneath you as you find that comfortable seated or supine position lying down. Oh, thank you, Roberta. Yes. Yeah, you're going to I recommend you have a bolster for at some point, maybe to put under your knees. A pillow can be nice. If anybody would like any of those things, just give me a wave and I'll go grab them for you. All right. Yeah. Okay. Wait, was that a wave?
Yeah.
What would you like? Bolster. Okay. Do you want a pillow and a blanket too?
A blanket. Oh, I have those things. Thank you so much.
Oh, you do. Okay. Oh, where are my? Okay, so I'm grabbing a couple pillows, even though maybe I don't need that many. I'm grabbing a bolster, and oh, well, I know where there's an extra blanket. It's right there. So there you go. Wait, you needed a blanket. Who needs? You need a blanket? Okay. Pillow.
Thank you.
Pillow, bolster. You need one of those? You're welcome. All right, so notice the ground beneath you. Notice all of the points of contact. Think about the earth, the roots of the earth that flow beneath you. Think of yourself as an empty vessel of light. And we are all divine beings of light, depending on how you look at it when we say namaste at the end of class, as I tend to do. It is indicating that the divine light in me sees or honors, perhaps bows to the divine light in you. So it's that recognition that we are equals. We have this spark, some might call it the soul, or might call it the Atman, the higher self, in all of us. And so feeling that connection, I like to have this sort of image, go a little bit through the chakras as we do it, starting at the base and moving up to the crown. But maybe I like to kind of start by thinking of myself filling up with that light, noticing that light. And of course, this is Candlelight class. Hopefully everyone has a candle by or near them, or at least one that they can see. But thinking about kindling that light inside of you, or the image that I like to have is the light beginning to fill you up at the toes and working its way up, almost as if you are stepping on your tiptoes and then you were pouring liquid light in through the crown of your head and it was slowly filling you up. Okay, and so shifting your awareness from those toes, starting down at the toes and beginning to slowly shift your awareness up through the feet, tops of the feet, balls of the feet, arches, heel, ankles, and so on. Filling up with light, and as that light reaches the different chakras, I like to connect with them and their ideas, whether you think of them literally or symbolically. Chakra, of course, means wheel or circle in Sanskrit, and ideally they're these like portals, these gateways through which energy flows. And so you're letting that energy flow in and out of you. You're filling up with light. You're bringing and illuminating awareness into the body and seeing how things feel. And again, at any point, if you need to move yourself around a little bit, the first song was very chill, but maybe not the rest of them. We'll see how it goes. Noticing you're illuminating, you're sensing into those areas of the body. You're sending breath there. So you're shifting that awareness up past the ankles to the shins, the calf muscles, up into the knees, front and back. You're noticing your thighs, your quadriceps, your hamstrings, those upper legs, coming up into the hips and the glutes, feeling that sensation of the glutes as they press into the earth or whatever you might be sitting on or lying back. Your entire body is filling up with light. It's becoming both illuminated and strengthened, and you're becoming aware, but you're also allowing it to relax. At the start of class, we're just relaxing. You're noticing your breath. You're sitting up tall, or you're laying out long, allowing your body to expand with every breath filling you up with air, filling you up with nourishment. Every exhale, letting go, softening. Right? So expanding on your inhales just as your lungs expand. Maybe getting taller. And letting go, softening, deepening with every exhale. And awareness is coming into the base of the spine where our root chakra is, red in color. It's about our connection to nature, its stability, taking care of your basic human needs, that sense of stability and connection to nature, the element of earth. Maybe you even imagine little red tendrils or roots sinking into the earth, feeling that true connection to this earth that nourishes all the plant life that ultimately feeds us. We take our energy from the sun. And then, as you guys all know, it turns into different types of food. So feeling that sense of nourishment, stability, home, perhaps. Continuing to bring your awareness into the sacrum, all the various muscles in the hip and pelvis area, all the various organs that do have very important functions of digestion, and so on. Our sacrum, our sacral chakra, Svadhisthana, is orange in color. It's the element of water. It's about flow, it's about creativity, it's about sense of joy or pleasure, all these things. Creativity. Allowing yourself to connect with your inner creative self. I saw a sign in the school where I taught today that said, all children are artists. So maybe there's a sense of that inner child, that inner artist inside of you. I'm more of a performance artist. Some people sculpt. Some people write poetry. Whatever your art is, maybe it's just being a really good friend or parent or child. Awareness shifting on past the waist and the hips, coming into the low belly, the low back, noticing and becoming aware of the spine. Just above the belly button, we find our Manipura or solar plexus. And of course, just like the sun, solar comes from the name we have for the sun. Yellow in color and the element of fire. Our own internal fire is supposed to be about our sense of self, maybe our ego, maybe finding that balance between the ego and a sense of self-esteem, recognizing that you are just as good as everyone, but not any better than anyone. Knowing that you have everything inside of you, the whole universe is inside of each of us, and yet we are separate and we're having these beautiful, wonderful individual experiences. Knowing that you are worthy of your own love and worthy of being taken care of. And remembering that that also should encourage you to take care of others and show them the same kindness and respect. Noticing your rib cage and the other internal organs in your abdomen and belly area, encouraging your body to relax even as you keep shifting this awareness, as you keep filling up with light, energy, strength. Bringing a sense of awareness into the heart, Anahata chakra, the center of love, the element of air, green in color like the plants that take our carbon dioxide that we breathe out and turn it into the oxygen that we breathe in. Cultivating a sense of love, not just romantic love or familial love, filial love, but also self-love, compassion. Knowing that you've had pain, that your friends have had pain, that others, maybe somebody who's hurt you, they have pain too. Remembering that hurt people and forgiving them, so feeling compassion instead of outrage when someone is unkind to you, and hoping whatever they're going through is something that they can overcome. Feeling that air, maybe you're setting an intention for today's practice. Who knows, maybe you had an intention, you signed up and you got in your car to come on over here. It doesn't have to be anything that you're judging as success or failure, just something to think about, just a mindfulness that will carry you throughout this practice. It can be physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, all four or none of those. That awareness comes up into the chest, the collarbones out into the shoulders, the upper arms, the elbows, forearms, wrists, hands, fingers. Maybe you move your fingertips around, playing a little air piano. Maybe you make a fist or keep your hands out wide and do some circles with your wrists. Feeling these different sensations, noticing your body. Bring that awareness back in, up past the collarbones into the throat. The throat chakra is blue in color. It's an element of sound. It's about knowing your own path, following it, speaking your own truth. sometimes it's about even holding your tongue or just listening to the truth of others. Finding that balance once again. So many of these things are about balance. Noticing your chin as you come up into the face. Maybe you give yourself a little jaw massage if that feels nice. Noticing that jaw, the lips, the teeth, the gums, the tongue, the hard and soft palate. Noticing your cheeks, your ears, your nose, the sensation of coolness as you breathe in, sensation of warmth as you breathe out, as you've heated the air just in a few seconds that have resided inside of you. Noticing that nose, noticing your eyes. Take your eye gaze with your eyes closed or open. Can't really see you at this point. Lift up the gaze towards the sky. And then take your eyes down, looking down as low as you can. Take your eye gaze over to the left. Feeling that stretch of all those muscles that move your eyes around allow you to see these various things. Taking your eyes over to the right. Back to center. Pay attention to your eyes throughout today's class. And take your gaze a little bit further. Maybe twist or whatever else. Notice the area between your eyebrows and the center of the head, the Ajna chakra, also known as the third eye. Insight, wisdom, intuition. All these lovely sensations and ideas. Your own inner knowing, your sense, looking inward. And finally, you're almost completely filled up with light, so full that to be overflowing, the light pours out over your crown chakra and into your other subtle energetic layers, your energy body, your bliss body, and so on. Shifting your awareness out into the world at large, the rest of the souls here in this room, in this building, the wall room next door. As a reminder, they'll be in their Shavasana when we leave, so we'll all leave quietly. Or stay in here and chat if that's something you wish to do. The rest of the city, the rest of the state of Colorado, the rest of the country, the continent, the hemisphere, the world, the solar system, the Milky Way galaxy, the universe, noting it once that you're a part of it, and yet you're right here in this one single location. You are so much more, and yet you are enough in this body. If you are lying down, maybe join me in a bit of a seated position. Let's inhale our arms up overhead, reaching them up towards the sky, feeling the joy of movement. Putting your arms up nice and tall. We're going to move our spine in 6 directions. I'm going to do this in a little bit of a reverse order than how I usually do it. So fold over. Maybe you have your legs out long in order to do that. Maybe just walk your hands down, coming onto forearms, tucking chin into chest, spinal flexion as you come forward. Allowing yourself to sink lower every inhale. Maybe you find that length as your crown lifts up away from your sacrum. And then on the exhale, you're folding in your abdomen, coming forward. Meeting any and greeting any sensations you feel with breath. Taking a moment here, just feel into that body, feel those different sensations. And inhale and begin to walk those hands back into the body. Keep walking them so that they come out behind you. Maybe you point your fingers away, or more, maybe you point them towards yourself. Squeezing those shoulder blades together as you lift up your chin, pressing your chest, your heart, your manipura, and maybe your throat up towards the sky. If it's in your practice and you can lift up your hips and send the sacrum up as well, feel free to do that. Don't force it. If your legs are long, you'd be coming into kind of a reverse plank. Just realize how close I am to this plant behind me. Sorry for the distraction. Let me shift myself forward a little bit. My hands all the way at the back here. Now let's come back to center, sitting upright. Take those arms up overhead once again. Let's exhale and drop your left arm down. Let your right arm come across the body. You might want to turn your head up towards the crook of that elbow. Let your eye gaze split off the edge of your fingertips. Try to keep your sit bones sunk into the earth, but you can come down further to your side if that feels okay. Some folks will come down onto their forearms or elbows. Try to keep your chest open. Feel the stretching of the intercostal muscles of the rib cage on the right side of your body. Really filling that up with air on every inhale. Letting go of whatever no longer serves you with every exhale. Whenever you're ready, you can inhale to press into that left arm. Come back up to a comfortable seat. Exhale, switch sides. Right arm comes down, left arm comes across the body. Gaze might go up. Don't forget to move the eyes. Maybe they flit off the edge of the fingertips, keeping those sit bones sunk into the earth, if at all possible. Inhale, come back up to center. Let's all take our legs out long if that's okay. You don't have to if you prefer, but we're going to do some twisting. I think we're going to do what Leah likes to call quarter Lord of the Fishes. So pick up your left foot and take it onto the other side of your right thigh. Okay, maybe you hug that leg into your body for a second. Maybe you even do the famous Leah leg baby here and take your arms around the outside. That's the thing that she does. I can't take credit for this phrase. It's pretty glorious. Feeling that, loosening up that hip, and then allowing it to gently come back on the outside of that thigh. Let's inhale our arms up high. You're going to take your right arm, and you can either wrap it around this left thigh, or if you're feeling extra flexible, you can take it, the elbow, to the outside. Try to keep your body nice and tall. Keep everything upright. You're turning your head, you're twisting over that left shoulder. You can use your left arm as something of a kickstand to help keep yourself upright. Imagine a golden thread pulling your head straight up towards the sky. Every inhale, you get a little taller. Every exhale, with that nice straight spine, you can maybe deepen the twist. You're also welcome to turn your head in the other direction for a breath or two if you want that counter pose. Be careful, be nice to your head and neck. You can take it back or you can leave it there. Whenever you feel complete here, you can inhale. Get those arms back up towards the sky. Unfold that leg, come out long. Let's take a pause in the middle for Paschimottanasana. So we're in Dandasana staff pose here. Paschimottanasana is the fold. So pull in on the Uddiyana Bandha. Make room by more or less sucking in your stomach. And fold over. Remember that folding is like folding a blanket, not like a blade of grass bending in the wind. With every inhale, try to find that lengthening through the spine. Let the crown of the head, again, move away from the sacrum, move away from the root. And then let yourself fold a little further. Eventually, the spine will begin to arch a little bit, but it should only be when you've really found your full length. Now, there's no need to touch your toes. If your body says no, if you see me able to touch my toes, it's because I have weirdly short legs. Okay? I'm not even that flexible, also, although I do a lot of yoga. Allowing yourself to fold here, kind of resetting the spine a little bit. Finding that length on the inhales and then deepening, pulling in on that Uddiyana Bandha, that low abdomen. On your exhales as you let yourself fold and sink lower. Spending a few moments here. You're always welcome to get props involved for any of these if you would like the support of a bolster across your legs or a block or something to give your head a place to rest. That's okay. In yin, we say when the bones are supported, the muscles can relax. Inhale and slowly roll up. Connect with your breath when you're ready. When you're ready, hug that right leg into your chest. Pulling it in nice and tight. Maybe taking it up over, across that leg. Maybe you take your leg baby here and give it a little rockabye. Just loosening up those hips. Letting them feel that sensation of motion. We hold so much emotion in our hips. Finding a way to release that. To Times we release it with salsa dancing, and other times we release it with very gentle, subtle motions. Set it down on the outside. Take those arms up tall and twist over to the right. Trying to stay nice and tall through the spine. Whatever way you go about this, you're wrapping your arm around, taking that elbow. Be kind, don't overdo it. This isn't a race or a competition. Taking your head wherever it needs to go. Okay, let's try something different. Maybe you turn your head over the opposite shoulder. Coming back to the front. Maybe you go in the other direction. Whenever you're ready and feel complete here, release that leg. Your legs out long. Come on back. We're going to make our way to a tabletop pose. In tabletop, try to make sure that the knees are directly below your hips and the hands and wrists are directly below the shoulders. We're going to find a nice, comfortable position here. Spreading out your table legs nice and wide so they support you. Try to have your index or middle fingers pointing straight ahead. Widen out the fingers. Press the fingertips into the earth. Inhale for cow, lifting the head, letting the belly drop, curling the tailbone up and forward. Exhale for cat, pressing into the hands and knees as you arch your spine towards the sky. Fold the chin into the chest. Inhale for cow. Maybe there's a little side-to-side motion in those hips as you're allowing your body to let go of so much that it might be holding on to. Maybe your head moves side to side and you feel a little bit through your neck. Come back to neutral tabletop. Curl your toes under for toes pose. You can either come up into the easiest version of toes pose. I'll kind of flare my feet out just so you can see what I'm talking about. All right, but keep them straight back. You don't have to do this at all. You can always just point your toes. If you want to get more, you can take a block or something and put it in between your feet and your glutes, or you can sit all the way back in what we would call broken toes pose. We're gonna give a little love to our wrists. Take your left arm out, your right arm out in front of you. Pull back gently on the fingertips. Maybe allowing a little external and then internal rotation through the shoulder. When that feels complete, you can flip it over. I just like to give a little pop to my fingers before I work on the wrist there. At any time that your toes feel uncomfortable, just release that pressure. Come into hero's pose with the toes, or even just take a comfortable seat. I like to grab onto my thumb, give it some rotations in either direction, a little back and forth. And then I take my thumb and forefinger of that opposite hand and massage the texting muscles of my right hand. Yeah, you guys know what I'm talking about. Our bodies weren't made to have this kind of thumb strength, but we're getting it. I'm starting to feel it through my toes, so I'm going to come forward and release, sitting down onto my heels again. You can always just sit, come back, just like my friend up here is doing. Find a comfortable seat. Let's go to the other hand. Take your left arm out. Gently pull on the fingers, feeling that opening up through the palm. Maybe a little rotation through the shoulder, just exploring sensation, meeting and greeting it with breath. Eventually flipping it over, maybe giving the fingers some love, and then get the whole wrist. A little bit of in and out here, internal, external rotation. Grab a hold of the thumb. Give it some love if that feels okay. Exploring sensations here and what it needs. And then massage texting fingers on the other hand. Probably don't have a lot of two-handed texters, but balance it out. Maybe that video game that you're playing, Duolingo music, I don't know, whatever you're into. Let's come back forward into our tabletop. Let's do one more cat and cow just to sort of reset the spine. And then we're going to come into Balasana Child's Pose. Now this might be a great time to grab your bolster so that we can spend a little time in Child's Pose. I'm going to widen out my knees so that I can bring the bolster in a little deeper, so that when I come forward, my chin goes just past the front edge of the bolster. Allow yourself to really sink in. You can always adjust your feet or legs. But we're going to do a yin version of Balasana here. Yesterday I was calling this Grogu's pose because it was May the 4th and I'm a huge nerd. Today it's just Child's Pose. Allow your body to melt into the earth. Feel your heart as it perhaps sinks into that bolster. Making sure that you can breathe comfortably. If in any way the prop is preventing you from feeling comfortable, please eschew it. If you are all the way down, you have your forehead pressing to the earth. If you prefer to, maybe you want to turn your head in one direction. And then in about a minute, I can tell you to turn it in the other direction. Letting your neck experience sensation, sending breath. If your knees feel uncomfortable, you can always take your legs out long, especially if you're on a bolster. Letting your arms find length. Letting the shoulder blades lift up, especially on inhale. If you've turned your head to one side, go ahead and turn it to face in the other direction. Try to focus on the quality of your breath, the smoothness, the transition from inhale to exhale, vice versa. Reminding yourself that rest is productive, and it's something that we, especially as Americans, need to learn how to do, is relax. Allowing your body to relax. Feeling and exploring sensation. Take a few more breaths. I feel complete here. And whenever you're ready, begin to lift yourself back up. You may want to remove your prop. Now I promise you guys this isn't a trick, but we're going to come forward into plank real quick, okay? So get those hands right underneath the shoulders. Maybe you leave your knees on the ground. We're going to do one quick vinyasa to get ourselves to a down dog. So exhale, lower down, elbows in tight. If you want the workout, you can hover or do some push-ups here, but I don't really encourage that today. I've done enough. I taught a PE class, so that's why. Inhale, lifting the head up. Maybe it's just a baby cobra, something simple, or if you really want that full back extension, you can press in for more of an up dog or a cobra. And then exhale, you're going to curl your toes under, send your hips up high, and we're going to come into a downward facing dog. Pedal out the feet. Maybe feeling a little side to side motion here. Inhale, I want you to lift up your left leg towards the sky for three-legged dog. Maybe you open up and stack hip over hip. The hip hop that I get every time I do that is always worth it, so hopefully it felt good for you. On the exhale, we're going to move into a pigeon pose. I want you to bring your left knee forward, set it down wherever is comfortable. behind that left wrist. Now you're gonna allow your foot, now if this is too much for you, you can come onto your back like my friend here is doing. You can cross one leg over the other. So I'll just demonstrate that really quickly. So it would be like knee over the leg, and there's lots of different ways. You'll get that feeling on the outside. But if you're in pigeon with me, and there's about a 45-degree angle from your knee to your foot, and you might just be right here, and this might be enough. You might want some sort of prop, a blanket, bolster, whatever, to come in under that left hip to give you a little support so you're not overdoing it. There's lots of ways to modify this. I like my pigeon, I like to bring my back leg closer to center. I like to feel my belly kind of coming in right inside of my thigh here. I'll take my hands out, initially starting up and slowly lowering down and seeing what feels comfortable. I used to like to take a block for my forehead. Eventually I started going a little deeper. So that's totally fine. About a minute into this, I'll offer for those who do more of a mermaid type pose to try that out. But for now, just focus on letting your body relax. You should notice some sensation in that left outer hip, the left side glutes. Make sure that the sensation is tolerable. Feeling a little bit of an edge to the sensation is fine. Feeling pain, numbness, not as good. That's a sign that your body's saying something's wrong and you need to change your posture. I mean, if there's a deeper message there, that's fine too. Still noticing the breath as it fills you up. Wherever you're feeling the strongest sensation, send the breath there. Perhaps you think about the people in the small town of Puebla 160 odd years ago who were outnumbered and had inferior technology, but who defended their people, slowing the march of the French, delaying the war, even in some ways helping the United States with the Civil War by keeping the French tied up there. Not that that was their goal. Today's not just about drinking Coronas and tequila. So feel free to do that. It's just more. If you have it in your practice and you want to come up and do a king pigeon or a mermaid type pose where you bend that back leg, reaching for it with either hand, now would be the time. Make sure that you don't pull too hard on that back foot. You'll start to really feel something through your right quadricep and the front part of your hip. Maybe your gaze goes out back behind you, over one shoulder or the other, maybe not. Just experiencing that sensation. Nice use of the strap, that's very cool. That'll help you get there. Yeah, I'm gonna just steal that sometime. All right, release that, lower that down. Now coming out of pigeon is just as important as how you get in. I personally like to lower myself down, really holding my leg into my body. I'll press up off the ground, flexing that back foot, so that I just lift it up gently. Coming back through that three-legged dog, maybe doing that scorpion tail one more time, stacking hip over hip. Giving the leg a nice little shake. Drop the foot down, come into that down dog and pedal out the feet. Feel that nice sensation of lengthening as you press into that left heel, pressing it towards the earth. Noticing it on both sides. And when you're ready, inhale to lift that right leg up towards the sky for three-legged dog, maybe stacking hip over hip, bending at the knee for scorpion tail. Inhale back up. And then gently bring that right knee forward behind the right wrist. Or if you're on your back, crossing that right or left ankle over the opposite knee. And then maybe you reach underneath, or maybe That's enough sensation right there. Gently finding your way down to whatever feels comfortable, maybe working that left leg closer to center. You might find yourself kind of relaxing into your right thigh, maybe even feeling the right heel pressing into the corner of your hip, finding that comfortable place, that uncomfortable comfort, finding that edge where your body is reaching, growing, stretching. If you want to go into that other version of this pose, you can slowly walk your hands up. Lift up your torso, perhaps bending that left knee, reaching either arm back. Don't pull too hard, just allow yourself to slowly experience sensation, inching towards that edge. And when you notice that the sensation intensifies, maybe you stop there. Maybe you give it a few seconds and go a little further. Perhaps you take a look at the candle out in front of you, finding a focus in that light. Once again, connecting with the light inside of you. Whenever you're ready, you can come out of this pose, making sure to listen to your body to take it slow and be safe. Taking any counter pose that you need. Coming back into one more down dog, pedaling out the feet. And slowly lower down, come through a puppy pose where your knees are halfway off the ground. And let them keep coming down. Point the toes, maybe you come back into a hero's pose. I don't often coaches on who has blocks. Does everybody have blocks? For the most part, or something they can. Let's do a little bit of half camel. Okay. So take a block. If you have two blocks, put one on the outside of either foot. If you know your camel and you're comfortable with using your own foot, or if you prefer to use your hips, that's fine. But I like to. I'll use this as an example. I'm kind of faking it. Okay. And you're gonna put your hand onto that block. You're going to lift your right arm up towards the sky, and you're going to press your hips up and forward. You're going to really open through the right side rib cage. You might even lift up your chin and let your head hang back. Ardha Ustrasana, half camel pose, can feel really good. Be careful you're not putting too much pressure onto the bottoms of the feet and pushing into the tops. That's why I like the block. Slowly begin to lower down as you exhale, and then we're going to switch sides. So right arm comes down onto that block just outside of the foot. You lift and send your hips forward and slightly to the left. And then as your left arm comes across to the right side of your body, feeling that opening through the throat, breathing into that left side rib cage. When you feel complete here, you can lower it back down. If full camel isn't your practice, I don't want to discourage that. But if it's not, please don't try to do it in an unwise way. All right, very good. Let's make our way to a seat. Take a moment in Baddha Konasana, bound angle pose, also known as butterfly to some. I see a few of you going into other postures, and I love to see that because it means you're listening to your body. So you're pressing your feet together. Maybe take those thumbs and give a little massage to your feet, to the arches of your feet, or even in between the toes. We walk all over our feet every day. Feel some gratitude for your feet. Some people don't like their feet. I don't get that. But you know, even if you don't, still be grateful that you have them because they're super handy. Or footy, whatever. You guys get it. So move yourself a little towards the front of your mat, still in this Baddha Konasana. We're going to go into Supta Baddha Konasana, which I like to call infinity pose. All right. Now it's only really an infinity pose if you so you use your bolster to give some support to the outsides of your legs, right? Feet are still together. It's really only a full infinity pose if you take your hands out overhead and flare them out. You're gonna want to do that though after you lower yourself down onto your back. So this is Supta Baddha Konasana. And then I like to flare my elbows out. I will think about the air going in through my left nostril up towards my right hand, working its way down towards my right wrist, elbow, coming down the right upper arm towards the right shoulder, cutting an angle across from my right shoulder, across my torso towards my left hip, coming down the left thigh towards the knee, making the turn, coming down towards the ankle and the foot, and letting that energy just sort of flow, letting my mind take that exercise, right foot, right calf, right knee, right thigh, right hip, across the torso to the left shoulder, up towards the left elbow, and then around to the hand. You can keep following that same circle if you want, or you can imagine the air going in through your right nostril, coming up between the eyes, right straight through your third eye, towards that left hand, down the elbow, and etc. Maybe you can even imagine both at once. Noticing the infinite paths that you can draw as your body creates this figure eight or infinity symbol type of posture. If you don't have a pillow or blanket for under your head, you can always take your hands underneath. Just take a moment here to relax. Now you can remain here as long as you want, and there's only less than 15 minutes left of our entire class as it is, the majority of which will be Shavasana. You always return here for that corpse pose, but my favorite pose in all of yoga, and I have to do it every time I teach, is supine spinal twist. So maybe you remove that bolster out from underneath your legs, bring the knees in close to touch. Maybe take a quick windshield wiper just to loosen up those hips a little bit, but then hug your knees into your chest. And I want to ask you to do yourself a favor and feel some true and honest affection for the person that you're hugging. Recognize that the person that you're hugging has been and will be with you for every moment of every day of your life. they've helped you make it this far. They've even helped you make it to a yoga class on a Monday evening in the rain. Understand that the relationship that you have with you, yourself, and you is pretty much the most important relationship that you'll have. Because if you don't like you, it's going to be hard for you to behave in a manner that's going to cause other people to like you. And if you don't, just like if you don't take care of you, it's going to be hard for you to take care of anyone else. Exhale, lower the hands out to a T. Let your knees fall over to your left side. You might turn your head in the other direction away for the most intense twist. Now this can be a lot, so be careful. There's a lot of things you can do with your legs. Top leg long, bottom foot, bottom ankle onto top knee. Just twisting your head in one direction, your knees in the other is kind of like wringing out a damp cloth. And it's a good reminder that we are detoxifying our body with all of these postures and poses, but especially with this one. So don't forget to give your body what it needs to flush all of that out, and drink some water. Even if that's in between margaritas, just make sure that you're giving yourself that opportunity to get those toxins out of your body, just like when you after a massage. Not a doctor, it's not my medical opinion, but you're 70% water, you can probably use at least a little. Whoever's laughing at my bad jokes, I appreciate it, but you're also encouraging me. So keep that in mind. Can always say longer, but if not, breath of movement, start by moving your head back to neutral. Pick up the knees and hug them into your chest. Cultivating a sense of compassion for yourself as you really mean this hug is super important. My dad always liked to talk about the air masks on the airplane, right? Make sure you put yours on first before assisting others. If you don't have love in your own heart, it's very hard to give any love away. You can't give away that which you do not possess. Let your arms fall back out to a T. Let your knees fall over now, this time to the right side. Any modifications still available with your legs here. Perhaps turning your head in the other direction, wringing out the cloth. Getting the last toxins out of your system. We have an inner critic, or a Sith talker as I like to call it. It wants to remind us of our mistakes, of our failures. But the greatest teacher of failure is and even those mistakes, even those failures, they came out of a place of courage. If you'd never tried, you couldn't have failed. And while one master does say do or do not, there is no try in actuality. Trying is a brave thing to do. The opposite is we sit around wondering what may have happened if we had given it a shot. Well, don't throw your shot away. Take it. You might miss. That's okay. At least you know what happened. We can't win every time, but the more we try, the more we succeed. It's an old sales trick. Increasing your rate of success means increasing your rate of failure. So just go for it. And don't be unkind to yourself. Remind yourself that you're being brave, that you're learning. Once we can let go of our self-recriminations and just embrace the beautiful person that we are, flawed. Right? They always say you gotta love somebody not in spite of, but because of their flaws. Try that with you. Cultivate that relationship. Inhale, bring your head head back to neutral. Pick up those knees, hug them into your chest. Really mean it. Be sincere with your self-hugs. Take a happy baby. Feel that joy. And any other posture that you might need to finish off, feel free to do it. My parents will be celebrating their 51st anniversary of marriage in June. Dad likes to talk about the importance of dating your spouse. Don't forget to date you. Okay? Take yourself out to a movie sometime, or the theater, or whatever it is that you love. If you have somebody to go with you, that's fine, but don't feel like you need to. You are enough. You are worth it. I'm so glad each and every one of you is here with me today. Wasn't expecting that, guys. Go ahead and take any other postures you might need to feel complete. Maybe that's a Viparita Karani, also known as waterfall, shoulder stand, or candlestick, as I like to call it. Seems kind of appropriate for today's class. Maybe there's a plow, a deaf man's pose, a bridge, whatever your body is calling for. Or if you just want to get to that corpse pose, that Shavasana, feel free. Find that rest. We've moved our bodies around to prepare them for stillness. I've talked a lot, so you're probably ready for a little silence in your brain. Remind yourself you're not your body, you're not your mind, you're not your thoughts. You're that which is observing your mind thinking. Thoughts will come, they'll flow into you. But just try to be that observer. Observe those thoughts and let them go. I'm going to play a little bit of a song in honor of the holiday, and then we'll have some silence. Dos oruguitas enamoradas pasan sus noches y madrugadas llenas de hambre, siguen andando y navegando un mundo que cambia y sigue cambiando, navegando un mundo que cambia y sigue cambiando. Dos oruguitas paran el viento mientras se abrazan con sentimiento, siguen creciendo, no saben cuándo buscar algún rincón. El tiempo sigue cambiando, inseparables son. El tiempo sigue cambiando. Ay, oruguita, no sé aguante más que crecer, de volver hacia adelante conseguirás. Vienen milagros, vienen quizá vida. Hay que partir y construir su propio futuro. Ay, Aruquita, no sé cuánto más hay que crecer para volver. Si adelante seguirás. Viene milagro, vienen crisal, vida. Hay que partir y construir su propio futuro. Slowly begin to allow awareness back into your body. Perhaps you invite subtle movements such as the wiggling of fingers and toes. Maybe you gently rock your head from side to side. Perhaps you even take your arms up over your head and point your toes nice and tall and long as you give yourself a nice good evening stretch. Maybe you hug your knees into your chest one last time, feeling how good it is to hug this wonderful person that decided to bring you together today. You may roll over to your favorite side, or you may roll up into a comfortable seat. You may stay supine, long as you wish. For anyone who decides to join me in a comfortable seat, feel free to take your arms up over your head, making a beautiful snow angel and pressing your palms together on Shri Mudra. It is a gesture of gratitude. Whether you're seated or otherwise, try to cultivate that sense of gratitude in your mind, thinking of someone or something for whom you're grateful. If you're seated, maybe bowing your chin into your chest as you bring your hands to heart center, still in Anjali Mudra. Continue to think about the person for whom you are grateful, feeling how wonderful it is to have them in your life. And then remember to have that same sense of gratitude for you, knowing that you literally could not be here without you. You've gotten yourself so far. You've overcome so many challenges. Feel a sense of pride for that person. I am so grateful for each and every one of you. The divine light which resides in me sees, honors, and humbly bows to the divine light in each and every one of you. Namaste.
Namaste.
coming.
Thank you. Thank you, Tom.
You're welcome. Please remember that there is another class going on next door, or just across the lobby. For those who are new to the studio, please know that the door you'll go out is not the door you came in, it's the one immediately to your left when you're moving through that door over there. I am going to turn the lights up a little bit because I think it may be a bit much, so feel free to have that soft gaze. I don't want everybody tripping over each other. Yeah, any questions, feel free to let me know. There's all kinds of cool events and things on our website. If you borrowed a mat, there are cloths, clean cloths in the top basket, dirty cloths in the middle, spray bottles. Although you probably didn't sweat that much, so that's a good way. You're very welcome. Take your time, I'm not in any kind of rush. Any questions? Otherwise, enjoy the rest of your evening. Felice Collegiate.
Thanks, Tommy.
De nada.
Tommy, is the gong class happening this evening?
No, we have gongs Sunday night at 7:15 after restorative with Dr. Kelly. And there is a gong class tomorrow at 11:15 if Colton can make it down the mountain.
Right.
Cause yeah, his and Heather's are just, they're very different, they're both incredible, they're just different.
Yeah.
So I suggest trying both.
Okay.
You probably like both, but some prefer one or the other. For me, it kind of depends on what kind of mood I'm in.